We're gonna get mindful. Gonna do some art, relax your mind. Yo! For this mindful art exercise, we'll be making our own stamps and using them as a tool to bring ourselves into the present moment. We'll need a few items for this project: foam sheets, paper, scissors, a paintbrush and some napkins, of course some paint to go with it, a pen, and some tape. If you don't have any of these items, trust your intuition and ingenuity. Don't have foam sheets? Use some cardboard. Don't have scissors? Rip that bad boy in half. Here's an example of what mine look like, but remember, yours are gonna look totally different, and this is not about what the art looks like, more about what you notice in your mind while you're doing it. Let's get started. The first step of this mindful art exercise is to create the shape of the stamp that you would like to make. Now, I'm going to create the shape of a body, my body, because this actually was inspired by a 10-minute meditation that I created. But of course, you could create any shape that you'd like. It could be a heart, it could be a smiley face like what you see up there in the corner, it could be a circle, or you could take 10 minutes to do the guided meditation up there in the corner and do your own body stamp. Whatever shape you decide to do, this is meant to be a time where we just start to quiet our mind and focus on this very present moment where we draw a shape. So I'll give you some time to do just that. Really, don't overthink it. Draw a shape and we'll continue. Once your shape is drawn out, we'll start the cutting process. Now, let this be a very intentional process. As we are cutting the shape out of our material, imagine all the things in your life that you could cut away. Maybe bad habits, something old that's not serving you anymore, something that you don't need that can lighten the load of life. Cut it away. We're cutting around the shape. Just focus on the breath moving into the body and out of the body. Notice the way you have to move the scissors around the curves. Is the material soft? Is it a little bit thicker? Does it take a little more effort, more hand muscle usage? Let this be a moment where you can just empty the mind and focus on cutting. And if you do happen to notice that you're judging your cutting skills a little bit and not being very nice to yourself in your mind, then maybe cut those thoughts away as you cut the material away. If the mind starts to trail off and wander, you can narrate this moment. I am cutting. I am breathing. I am cutting. I'm breathing. I'm still cutting. I'm still breathing. Just take it easy and take it slow until your stamp is completely cut out. To make a little handle so that the stamp is easy to pull up and down off of the paper, I used my tape. You fold the tape in half, but only crease the very top of the fold. Leave the ends of the fold open like two wings. That way you can press them down onto your material so they stick and make a little handle plopping up and down, just like that. And for the fun part, as you choose your paint colors, let this be an intentional and mindful experience. I chose these colors because they mean something to me. Say, for example, you'd like to go out into nature more. Maybe you add green paint. You could add your favorite color. Maybe you'd like to add more love into your life. You can add pink like I did, or even the color red. Maybe you're a person who loves the ocean. It makes you feel really calm. Add some blue. Once your colors are picked out, you could start to fill your stamp with this color. Do it however you'd like. This is your experience, so don't overthink anything too much. Filling your stamp with the paint, taking it slow. Notice what's going on in your mind as you just take some time to focus on painting.
Once your stamp is loaded up with paint, we can start the stamping process. You've filled your stamp with all of these things that you love, all of these things that you want, and now we start to materialize it onto a piece of paper. We press the stamp onto the paper, push down, giving yourself lots of love and nurture as you squish the material into the paper, making sure that all of those things that you love and want actually show up on the paper like you want them to show up in your life. Then you can take the little handle, peel your stamp up, and see this beautiful image that you've created on the bottom. How cool that you can put your time and energy into filling your life, filling your stamp up with things that you want. And it actually will turn into something that you can see with your own eyes. It will create a beautiful image on a page, and it will create a beautiful life for yourself too. Just let this be a time to be intentional with your actions and to notice what's happening in your mind through the entire process. To stick with this, continue to paint, continue to stamp. Don't overthink it. Trust your gut instinct. And continue forth. The thoughts might shift and change. You might even notice that you start to time travel and think about things from the future or think about things from the past. And that's okay. It's the mind's job to think. But here we have an opportunity to bring ourselves back to the present moment and remember what's happening right now. And in this moment, we're painting and we're breathing and we're stamping. During this painting process, if you get paint on your hands, notice how it makes you feel. Notice if you second guess where you want to place your stamp. It's normal to have thoughts of, does this look good? I want this to look nice. Should I place this stamp here? But don't overthink it. It doesn't matter what the art looks like at the end. It just matters that we continue moving and continue to stay present through the process. I used some recycled bottle caps and scrap foam that I had from this project to make these cute little stamps. These represent wanting more love and happiness in my life. If this is a tutorial that you'd like me to make, let me know in the comments below. As we're starting to reach the end of this mindful art exercise, take inventory of your body and what you're physically feeling in this moment. Maybe there are parts of the body that feel extra fatigued from being used from art making. Notice how maybe your mind feels a little more quiet and relaxed than it did at the beginning. When we take time to slow down and focus on the present moment and what's actually happening in the here and now, all the other things start to fall away, and we realize how fortunate we are to be alive and experiencing all of this. Continue to stamp and breathe and paint until your page is full to your liking.
When your paper is completely dry, you can keep it as is because it looks pretty awesome, or you can do a ton of things with it. Here's what I did with mine. With a little chunk, I made some bookmarks with tassels. These turned out so cute. With another chunk, I made this invitation, and I had these 4 little pieces left over. I'm not sure what I'll do with them yet. Whatever you decide to do with your mindful art piece, I hope you had a good time with me today and relaxed your mind a little bit. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.